PNGDF Air Transport Wing celebrates Golden Jubilee. Recruits commence 6 months training. And PNGMI embarks on SUFF initiative. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Malinta Yopolo. Thank you for joining us. Papua New Guinea Defense Force Air Transport Wing celebrated its 50th anniversary in Port Moresby today. ATW was established in 1975, initially formed shortly before the country's independence.
The occasion began with a parade into the Air Transport Wing at the Jackson's Airport with a formal display of members of ATW Division. PNGDF Deputy Chief Brigadier General Larry Hopper soon arrived and was received with a guard of honor. Mr. Hopper gave a brief history on how the Air Transport Wing was established in 1975 and when it originated from the Australian Army in 1973.
The Royal Australian Air Force handed over the logbook to Headquarters Papua New Guinea Defence Force. Today, we proudly celebrate 50 years of the Papua New Guinea Defence Force Air Transport Wing. 50 years of service, dedication, and sacrifice. The unit has a storied history, as we have heard, marked by both its successes and hardships, marked in its historic ties to the Royal Australian Air Force, a habitual relationship that has endured and continues to shape the advancement of the unit 50 years on.
ATW Commander Lieutenant Colonel Douglas Vavar spoke on the significance of the Air Transport Wing.
My deepest gratitude to your families. They are the silent partners in our service, providing the support and understanding that allows us to fulfill our duties. To all of you, I want you to know, we thank you for the contribution that you made to our 50-year journey. Your service is valued beyond measure. Those of us who are serving today are the inheritors of your dedication.
PNGDF's first Brigadier General Ted Diro was the key player in establishing ATW in 1975. The former Brigadier General could not attend the event, but his son, Lieutenant Colonel Siala Diro, read a speech on his behalf.
He had heard at the time from a strategic assessment that Papua New Guinea would not be able to develop defense pilots until 1992. This lamb kirabing fire inside the Leoblongen. This lit a fire in his heart, and 3 years later, on this day in 1975, he launched the Air Transport Squadron with 7 Dakotas and 4 Nomads. Some of them are the relics that surround us and remind us of those great days.
The occasion concluded with the announcement of 5 officers who were promoted to higher ranks. Pakatambu, National EMTV News.
Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary has commenced its 6 months basic recruit training today.
A total of 296 new police recruits across the Momase and Southern region making up the 2025 first batch will now begin their training. The recruit mess at the Bomana Police College was filled with new recruits and academic staff awaiting the arrival of the Deputy Commissioner Administration, Dr. Philip Midna, and the Commandant for the National Center for Excellence at Bomana, Chief Inspector Silva Sika. The 296 graduates, consisting of 43 females and 253 males who have commenced training today. They have completed their 2 weeks of induction and are now into the main training as of today. While congratulating the recruits, Chief Inspector Sika urged them to commit themselves as they will encounter challenges along the way.
And it's a challenge, I just want to, it's a challenge that you need to take up and seriously commit yourself and dedicate yourself to your training. for the next, this, like I said, induction, over induction, I said, there's going to be no one's going to be holiday here. You'll be given a lot of work to be done in this college.
He advised them to show their determination towards the academic staff members.
Congratulate all of you as your training commandant in the college, and I hope you will submit to all our standing orders and bylaws, and do your training properly, whether it's theory or practical, whether it's a drill, you do it properly.
In his keynote address, Dr. Midna highlighted the number of people that have applied for the 296 spots.
Now present is 296, of which 253 are the males, 43 female. You are selected on merit.
Dr. Midna urged them to be self-disciplined.
But when it comes back to individual efforts, it's your commitment to training, basically it's your self-discipline will get you for this. Any attitude to training. We have qualified instructors here who work capable of delivering training sessions. You are in top role, that's all.
He said he would like to see the whole lot of them to pass out come February next year. Dr. Midna then officially announced the training to commence.
With that, and on behalf of the Commission and the Executive, I officially open this course. Thank you.
Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News.
With funding support from Defence Australia's Indo-Pacific Infrastructure, a fully refurbished PNG Maribarrack Sergeant's Mess was opened yesterday. Constructed in 1964 and has seen many facelifts throughout the years, the Maribarrack Sergeant Mess is now fully refurbished. The building has 83 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, mess antics, transit change rooms and office spaces.
Through our Defence Cooperation Program, we are really proud to have been able to play a part in seeing the refurbishment of these quarters into the state that we have today. And this is a really excellent facility which now takes forward the Defence Cooperation Program that we have between our two countries.
PNG's Defence Minister said PNG is a country Australia can depend on.
Building capacity and the capability of PNGDF is an important critical step to put us in a place where we can be an important partner, a partner that Australia can depend on in your times of need as well.
Coinciding with the mess opening was the presentation of 12 vehicles from the Australian Defence Force to Papua New Guinea.
With the announcement that we've just made of the handing over of the 12 vehicles and of course what we'll be doing tomorrow in opening the Lombru Naval Base, this is another step forward in as significant a defence relationship as our nation has.
The Melanesian Institute conducted a crucial training on sorcery accusation-related violence at the Nazareth Center for Rehabilitation in Bougainville recently.
The training was aimed at enhancing the skills of Safe House staff and volunteers, with the team From Fear to Understanding equipping hearts and hands to respond to SUFF with compassion, courage and justice. The event engaged 35 participants, including SUFF survivors and members of the congregation of the Sisters of Nazareth. The training facilitated important discussions on the societal factors driving SUFF, such as land disputes and jealousy, and highlighted the importance of understanding these root causes. Healthcare officers emphasized the need for medical clarity, urging professionals to seek medical reports before jumping to sorcery accusations. Moreover, the participants explored a comprehensive law and rights-based approach to SUFF, noting the interconnections between mercy, forgiveness, and justice. This training marks a significant step in strengthening Catholic Safe Houses' capacities across Papua New Guinea, equipping staff to better protect and support SUFF victims. With growing Safe House networks, survivors are increasingly finding access to crucial resources for healing and mental health recovery in Bougainville. Nicole Rama, National EMTV News.
A groundbreaking initiative is poised to challenge deeply entrenched beliefs surrounding sorcery that have historically led to violence and suffering, particularly among women. The Melanesian Institute, in partnership with relevant authority and partners, is implementing a comprehensive awareness program aimed at fostering critical thinking and constructive dialogue throughout the Highlands region. With this initiative, the Melanesian Institute seeks to cultivate a more informed and resilient society through a blend of community forums, educational campaigns, and workshops. The initiative endeavors to equip youths and community members with tools necessary for evidence-based thinking, challenging the normalization of unverified beliefs. The parish priest of Yonki, Kundibasa Parish, said members of parliament must not entertain these beliefs under their leaderships.
They should be the one to give the example and leave this unnecessary belief. And this harmful, yeah. Already declaring country you may also believe a Christian country. All must go past to losing this kind belief.
This initiative relies heavily on the engagements of religious and community leaders.
Mi tu mi sta pensando lo tu na mi harin disla toksabe mi amaslo surukim disla toksabe ko remote area.
Melanesian Institute said in the spirit of change, Papua New Guinea is not only commemorating its independence but also embarking on a transformative journey towards greater understanding and human rights for all its citizens. The government has launched the National Immunization Campaign with the support of the Australian government, UNICEF and other partnered agencies yesterday in Port Moresby.
Vaccinations play a central role in protecting children against serious diseases such as polio, measles, whooping cough and others. Working closely with the National Department of Health, provincial health authorities and many technical and development partners, Australian government said they will help protect an estimated 3 million children nationwide and reduce the risk of future polio outbreaks while further boosting routine childhood immunization coverage. Also speaking at the nationwide vaccination campaign, UNICEF PNG representative Dr. Vera Mendonça warned that low immunization rates leave children vulnerable not only to polio but to a range of other crippling yet easily preventable diseases. Dr. Mendonça said the campaign is about reaching every single child, no matter where they live. In the lead up to the 50th anniversary of PNG's independence, there can be no better gift than supporting the good health of the next generation. Nicole Reman, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Chicken kebab for dinner. Yum!
Beef stir fry.
Chicken favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, 1 cube at a time.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
There is more to what the future holds. You me holy man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
The all-new, powerful GWM Power. Book a test drive today and hop into Barocco Motors for a spin.
Soft and lovely hair growth cream. The new way to nourish your hungry hair. The first hair growth cream with natural origins. No silicone, overload of nutrients, an incredibly melted texture that is instantly absorbed by your hair. Available at Trends Essential Beauty Shop in Bryant Bell Plaza, Gordon's, and Eliseo Rainbow, Trends Salons, and all retail shops near you.
Join me on Osen Home for all your home and lifestyle improvements.
It's not rocket science. And many of these things too, I didn't go to school, I teach myself.
From Hot Talk Mom, health and fitness, interest stories, gardening tips, out and about, pet care, and many more. Join me every Tuesday 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
You're watching National EMTV News. In a first-of-its-kind experience, people from Margarita in Abboud District transported 180 coffee bags by road to Port Moresby. This was made possible following the road project that connects Cloudy Bay to Milo and Margarita.
It was a significant occasion for the people of remote Margarita in the Abboud District as they transported coffee bags by road. People from the area usually use small boats to transport coffee to the nearest market, but things will never be the same again as they now have road access. Local member Sep Pukatemu said this is the impact of road infrastructure.
Particular road from Cloudy Bay, where the Magi Highway ends, to Margarita, where there was no road before. The Connect PNG only did a little bit, but the timber company that operates in Abboud, in Cloudy Bay, AFL, and Abboud EDA, they combined to bring the road to Amazon Bay. Coffee, we are now beginning to. And the beauty about this is I'm advised by our CIC Central Province boss that our quality coffee is very good at the moment because it's organic coffee.
The coffee bags will now be exported to Indonesia. Coffee Industry Corporation Coordinator for Central and Gulf, Jorina Hetora, said Abboud has the potential to grow large-scale coffee, and the road connectivity will now enable that.
The bridge, we were the first to cross over. The last bridge, Magore Bridge, and we were the first to cross over. First team to cross over. And the first team to load 20 coffee bags in the chassis truck and came all the way to Moresby. For Arabica, we have 333,000 trees in the mountains, which now we brought in the harvest.
This farmer, Morgan Arepruamu, said the road will have a big impact in the lives of the local coffee farmers.
Okay, now we plug him another 168 bags. So before I'm not road now, we pass him canulo 16 now I'm road them come finish from Margarita, so I'm easy lo mipla. Na lo halwim lo gaman mipla like gaman mas supporting pla lo linking road go inside lo Margarita na go come up lo param.
Pakatambua National EMTV News.
The return of rates for the two by-elections took place this afternoon at the Government House.
The Electoral Commissioner Simon Sinai was at the Government House today to return the wreaths for two by-elections. The two newly member-elect for Pogarapaila and Aitapelumi were also present at the Government House, together with their families, to witness the return of wreaths. The Electoral Commissioner thanked those who took part in the two by-elections.
And they're doing returns now, and followed with
administrative issues. But for this occasion, we wish to thank each and everyone for and on behalf of the Electoral Commission for taking part as the polling officials, as a returning officer, or as a voter, or as a contestant or supporter of a candidate. You have done tremendously well in exercising the democratic rights by way of conducting elections and also allowing the people to exercise their rights.
Mr. Sinai said the two elections were successful despite a few setbacks.
Going through the process, we have noticed and heard that elections were successful, even though we think Pogara Paela is one of the places that we think there are security issues. But those are things that, it's a normal way of life that people live. But with the reports I'm receiving from the returning officer and the two election managers, everything went well, and people, they came to a central location and cast their votes, and they were happy and festive.
He pointed out that according to the report he received from his election manager in Pogara Paela, some of the people saw ballot papers for the first time, as they have never had a peaceful election before.
Said, is this how they run elections? Is this the ballot paper and all of this in Pogara? That's from Netliam, one of the LLGs. And some voters, they've never seen a ballot paper in their lifetime. I think for the first time they saw a ballot paper and exercising their democratic rights, which is something we all Papua New Guineans should be, looking at, giving the opportunity to the people, to the mothers, fathers, and everybody.
The two member-elect for the districts were Gidron Maso Karipe for Pogara Paela and Anderson Mise for Aitapelumi. The two by-elections concluded today with the return of writs to the Governor General. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News.
The Osen Bundi by-election is undergoing its last elimination this afternoon and is anticipating a winner.
Of the 5 by-elections that were running concurrently with the LLG elections, 4 of them have concluded, leaving Osen Bundi, which will be completed next week. The Electoral Commissioner highlighted some issues they faced for Osen Bundi.
Otherwise, people are coming out to vote, and we agree. And thank you all. In Osen Bundi, they all did the same. I think the few 1 or 2 eye checks there, thinking otherwise about the process, and they try to do things, but still there's a process that makes things work, and whatever we want to do, we'll never get away with it. We will still be caught. And so those who want to think otherwise, there will be no hijacking and no stealing of anything to become a leader. Leader has to be voted by the people and give the opportunity to the people. Open.
Commissioner Sinai said the people involved in the incident will be caught.
So people can now elect. But thank you very much for those who participated out there in West Sepik, in Aitapelumi in particular, the 5 LLGs, and in Pogara, Pogara Paela, another 4 LLGs, people for casting the vote and finding your leader. And believe that you will continue to do that coming elections to come, maybe.
They are now at the final stage of the election process, and that is the counting process. Later this afternoon, it has been noted that the last elimination is underway and is anticipating the announcement of the new member for the district. It has also noted that the independent candidate Vincent Kumure is leading the race and the runner-up is Donald Uguro. Commissioner Sinai said the return of writs for this last by-election will be next week. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News.
Oktedi Mining Limited has launched its 50th independence anniversary celebration to mark the country's Golden Jubilee.
The celebration themed Hamamas Week will feature a week-long cultural celebration from September 10th to the 16th in Tabubil. This year's Hamamas Week, which marks the country's 50th anniversary celebrations, is a reflection of the pride and joy Oktedi feels towards PNG's journey. Oktedi Acting Managing Director and General Manager, Strategy Business Development and Optimization, Alan Bon, officially launched the Hamamas Week. Acknowledging contributions from the executive leadership team, the events committee, business partners, the workforce and community. Mr. Bond said, through our forefathers, we have achieved 50 years of self-governance and nation building. 50 years of independence marks a period of reflection as a developing nation. The celebration is hosted annually by Octedi to celebrate the country's independence and recognize the company's contribution to Papua New Guinea. Amanda Ilaitia, National EMTV News.
Central Governor Rufina Pizza has welcomed the recent acquisition of Stop and Shop by Taylor Pacific Limited, describing it as a major boost for vegetable farmers in Central Province.
Governor for Central Province Rufina Pita noted that the move will create greater opportunities for local growers and strengthen the existing public-private partnership between the Central Province Government and Taylor Pacific Limited. Governor Pita highlighted that an existing MOU was already in place for poultry industry development in the Vanapa area. She thanked CPL for its continued support to Central Province farmers over many years of operation. Taylor Pacific Limited Managing Director John Taylor assured farmers that the acquisition would open more markets access to Australia and other destinations served by Hugo Kenning's exports. He said the company looks forward to working closely with farmers to produce the best fresh organic produce for both domestic and overseas markets. Taylor thanked the Central Provincial Government for being the first to partner with the company in its expansion with Papua New Guinea. Jonathan Sibona, National EMTV News.
Now we take a look at the NASFund market report. The kina closed lower at $0.2408 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your kina was buying $0.2333 $0.3556 Australian dollars, 0.1929 euro, and 34.24 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading lower. Coffee closed higher, cocoa closed higher, copper closed unchanged, palm oil closed higher, crude oil is trading higher, and copper closed unchanged. On the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower. The ASX 200 is trading higher, and the All Ordinaries is trading higher. National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFund. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Telecom is offering 2 phones at one price. This is the Telecom 121 and Telecom A551, bundled at the price of 199 kina. T121 phone features include 4G compatibility and camera, while the A551 phone features dual SIM and an AF camera. Great value and PNG owned sure feels good. Drop into your nearest telecom store or kiosk today to grab that pair-perfect phone deal.
nationwide polio immunization campaign will be conducted in August and September 2025 to immunize all children under 10 years, even if they have received polio immunization previously. The campaign will also create an opportunity to provide free integrated health services for eligible children, including vitamin A supplement, deworming tablets, and routine immunization against vaccine-preventable diseases. The first round will be implemented in mainland PNG provinces and later in the NGI region. Polio immunization will be carried out in health facilities by outreach and mobile teams and schools in your communities. Parents, caregivers, and community leaders, including lower primary school teachers, are strongly advised to ensure all under 10 years old children are brought for polio immunization. Remember, prevention is better than cure. Immunize your child. Act now.
This is a message from the Department of Health of Papua New Guinea.
The GWM Tank 300 has all the amazing creature comforts you want. And it really loves going off-road. Hop into Barocco Motors for a spin. Book a test drive today.
This Thursday on Sports Scene, we speak with PNG Boxing Union Inc. about the upcoming championships. RSPCA hosts a charity golf tournament. Vipers dominate Maroon Cup, and PNG Barras depart for Jersey. Sports Scene this Thursday at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
You're watching National MTV News. Global Green Growth Institute, Papua New Guinea, and the International Organization for Migration signed a Memorandum of Understanding to strengthen collaboration on climate resilient development and community resilience in PNG today.
This strategic partnership brings together expertise in green growth and global leadership in human mobility. The MOU is a shared vision and commitment to address the urgent and interconnected challenges of climate change and migration in one of the world's most climate vulnerable regions. GGI country representative in PNG, Mohammed Ali Shaikh, said this partnership marks a significant step forward in building inclusive and climate resilient futures for Papua New Guinea's communities, while also addressing the growing realities of climate-induced migration and the potential for related conflicts over resources and livelihoods. Adding to this, IOM Chief of Mission in PNG, David James Arnold, shared that climate change is not only an environmental issue, it is a human one. The signing of the MOU reinforces both organizations' support for the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and the Paris Climate Agreement, reaffirming their commitment to ensuring that no one is left behind in the face of climate challenges. Nicole Rama, National MTV News.
Today saw a significant moment for Papua New Guinea Defence Force with the final handover of the Lombru Redevelopment project in Manus Province to Papua New Guinea government.
This project is an outcome of the HAPEC 2018, which aims to strengthen the capabilities of Papua New Guinea Defence Force in delivering its mandate and vision. Over 20 new buildings were erected containing accommodation quarters, dining halls, and other important facilities. The project highlights significant contribution of Australia in the Pacific.
And that's what this year represents. I'm so looking forward to being back here for the celebration of the 50th anniversary of PNG's independence. We will have big things to announce in combination with the 50th anniversary. And really, today is the first step in that process, and I'm so excited about what this facility will do in the future and what it represents as a tangible expression of the closeness of the relationship between Australia and Papua New Guinea.
The Deputy Prime Minister of Australia, Richard Marles, stated the naval base is a remarkable asset to Papua New Guinea.
Going forward, and it is really exciting to think about the way in which we will be able to use this facility in all of our strategic thinking and in all of our strategic operations, and again, between ourselves and PNG, but also with the United States.
Prime Minister Maribarrack, when remarking on the project, stated Australia has invested millions in this project, which clearly depicts the relationship between both countries.
And to Papua New Guineans, this is $500 million worth of investment here in Lombru. And I want to say on behalf of the Manusians, both Papua New Guinea government and Australia government also must have affinity to Manus. In 2013, we brought in asylum seekers unbeknown to them into Manus, and the Deputy Prime Minister has informed me that he is also looking at another program into the future. The High Commission and the Australian government has a soft spot for Manus.
Benson Wema, National EMTV News, Manus.
More than 20,000 residents of Ambam Valley in Kopiam Ambam district are expected to have access to basic services through the Ipini Mandabbe road link.
The Ipini Mandabbe road link connecting the Ambum LLG of Kopiam Ambum district to Wabek town was initially constructed by the Wabek District Development Authority in 2018. Project engineer Robin Pawawak stated that the 7.2-kilometer road project is among several major initiatives funded by the Wabek District Development Authority under the leadership of Wabek Open MP Dr. Lino Tom. He explained that earthworks, clearing, grubbing and gravelling have been completed over 4.5 kilometers from Wabek town to Ipini Manda village. Wak noted that drainage works and pavement preparations are progressing well before sealing begins. Dr. Lino Tom said the road would connect the Middle Ambum Valley with Wabek town, providing a shorter and more convenient route. The MP confirmed it is one of the two road networks planned to be fully sealed during the current parliamentary term. He stressed that road access is key to development and outlined that under the Wabek District Rural Road Network Program, several strategic road links are being built. Jonathan Sibona, National EMTV News.
Moving to overseas news, news of the Australian government's decision to follow France, the UK and Canada in recognizing a Palestinian state has been broadly welcomed in the West Bank.
Word does travel fast when it comes to issues like this one, and here in Ramallah, about 15 kilometres from Jerusalem on the other side of Israel's wall between Israel and the West Bank, people are certainly aware that Australia has decided to recognise a Palestinian state. If they didn't know the news, they are certainly aware of the significance of such a decision, even if many believe it's long overdue.
It's amazing. I mean, we've seen something that we've never seen before, which is more countries are siding with us and seeing the injustice that's happening with our country and with the people of Gaza.
I see the Australian advancement, together with many other countries, France that was, to be honest, the first initiator in this direction. This is a good thing and will bring peace to the region and stability.
There is also a sense here that even though a country such as Australia has decided to recognise Palestinian statehood, that more needs to be done beyond that symbolic gesture at this stage.
Why does everything have to sort to war? Like, why is it always a violent action? Why can't we just come to an agreement?
Palestinians have been here for a long time. We are not waiting to be recognised. They recognise us from the outside. But if we are not given a state, then we have not benefited.
Even though the Albanese government has continued to say that it is not a big player in this region, the Palestinian Foreign Minister says this decision by the Albanese government cannot be understated. And Australia has, of course, demanded that the Palestinian Authority reform its operations, become more democratic so that it is reflective of the community here. That's something the Minister says is underway.
The reform is a Palestinian demand. Yes, there were conditions by various countries on reform, but as a start, it's a Palestinian demand. We want to become better in terms of how we govern our institutions, how we deal with our money, how we use best practices.
Something the symbolism of this decision by the Albanese government doesn't do is remove some of the barriers, the restrictions on everyday life here in the occupied West Bank. And we're about to experience one of them now, coming up to a checkpoint which is closed, not normally even open to the bulk of the Palestinian population. This is only restricting access to a different part of the West Bank. Well, we can't get through because it's the wrong time of day. And this is reality for the Palestinian population each and every day. Restrictions on movement affecting their everyday life.
New data from the Australian Institute of Marine Science confirms last summer's intense marine heatwave resulted in the worst coral bleaching in Western Australia's history.
We're on the Ningaloo coast in WA's far northwest. It's a spectacular natural landscape, synonymous with whale sharks and, of course, its pristine World Heritage listed coral reef. But Ningaloo is recovering from an intense and unprecedented marine heatwave. It's caused mass coral bleaching on a scale never before seen in WA waters. I've been out on the reef for 7:30 this week and have been able to see firsthand how parts of the reef look like a bit of a coral graveyard, very different to what I saw when I snorkeled the reef 5 years ago. This is scientist Kate Quigley from the Minderoo Foundation explaining what's caused this.
At the end of last year, so in around December 2024, we started to notice that water temperatures were abnormally high. By December and February and into March, we were seeing some locations along the Western Australian coastline, including Ningaloo, as high as 4 degrees warmer than they should be.
We've also been speaking to locals and tour operators about just how difficult this event has been for them to witness.
Everything was just completely white. It was very stark. It was some of the worst coral bleaching I've ever seen in my life.
And I've just been speaking to James Gilmore from the Australian Institute of Marine Science about just the scale of this coral bleaching event, not just here on Ningaloo, but right along the WA coast.
There's no doubt that this year the reef suffered the worst heat stress and indeed coral bleaching than we've ever had in Western Australia before. It's really a wake-up call for us here. It's unprecedented.
Donald Trump has been dampening expectations of a ceasefire in Ukraine ahead of his summit with Vladimir Putin on Friday.
Donald Trump is in a hurry to get a deal done over Ukraine and says he is ready to walk away if he thinks it can't be done.
Well, we're going to have a meeting with Vladimir Putin, and at the end of that meeting, probably in the first 2 minutes, I'll know exactly whether or not a deal can be made.
How will you know that?
Because that's what I do. I make deals.
For Vladimir Putin, a meeting with the US president, like their Helsinki summit in 2018, is already a diplomatic victory.
It's great to be with you.
Donald Trump loves to say what a great relationship they have, even though Putin disappoints him by firing missiles at Ukraine after talking peace. And it's Putin who will set the agenda in Alaska.
I'm going to meet with President Putin, and we're going to see what he has in mind. And if it's a fair deal, I'll reveal it to the European Union leaders and to the NATO leaders and also to President Zelensky. I think out of respect, I'll call him first. And then I'll call them after. You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now.
Donald Trump's volatile relationship with President Zelensky has veered from the infamous Oval Office showdown to friendlier discussions, most recently at a NATO summit in June. But Zelensky is not invited to Alaska and was harshly criticized today.
And I get along with Zelensky, but, you know, I disagree with what he's done. Very, very severely disagree. This is a war that should have never happened.
Only after Putin has had his say might Zelensky get to join the talks.
The next meeting will be with Zelensky and Putin, or Zelensky and Putin and me. I'll be there if they need, but I want to have a meeting set up between the two leaders.
Alaska is where America almost meets Russia. There is just 55 miles between them. And it's where Presidents Trump and Putin will meet for the first time in 6 years, discussing how to divide up another country that is not included in the talks.
National MTV News continues after the break with Rukai Sports. Stay with us.
sausage hả? Yum.
Beef stir fry.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, one cube at a time.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Does your yard look like this? Do you have a waste oil problem? With Dunlop Carbon Recycling, we have just the solution for you. Millions of liters of waste oil can now be recycled here in PNG. We are certified to receive your waste oil or other oily substance and have them recycled. So let us handle your waste oil problem and have your yard looking like this.
Hilton Port Moresby Hotel and Residence. Hilton Port Moresby Hotel and Residence. Your stay, your house, your home.
I'm Martha, and each week on Kite Time, we'll introduce you to local food businesses showcasing their delicious dishes. Plus, you will discover how to make tasty and affordable meals using ingredients from your local markets. Tune in to Kite Time every Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here on your number one to watch, MTV.
Tukai Sports.
Welcome to Tukai Sports. The Papua New Guinea under-16 men's national football team left Port Moresby recently for Oniara, Solomon Islands, to compete in the OFC under-16 men's championship, the official qualifying tournament for the FIFA under-17 World Cup Qatar 2026.
Led by head coach Matthew Witu, the 23-man squad will aim to secure one of the two available qualification spots, a feat that would be a historic first for PNG men's youth football. Coach Witu said the team had prepared well and are ready for the challenge, adding that the players saw the tournament as an opportunity to represent the country and make history. During the farewell on Friday, PNGFA President John Capenato urged the players to seize the moment and create their own chapter in the nation's football history by qualifying for the 2026 World Cup. The squad had undergone weeks of intensive preparations, including technical drills, tactical training, strength work and team building activities, with support from PNGFA's tactical department and PNG High Performance Sports staff. PNG has been drawn alongside Fiji, the Cook Islands and Tahiti in the group stage. Their campaign begins on 17 August against the Cook Islands at Losen Tama Stadium in Honiara. Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
The Lakwaharu Spartans has stunned Exodus with a 62-58 scoreline to claim the Port Moresby basketball season 2025 women's division title last night at Taroma Aquatic Center in Port Moresby.
Spartans captain Alice Meai says it is their first win of the competition and she is proud of her team's effort.
This is our first time winning a grand final here in Port Moresby and I'm proud. But we're still learning. Most of the players, they don't know how to play basketball, but they're trying their best. So,
she said they did not train to their best in the week leading up to the grand final showdown. However, they let it all out on the court.
To be honest, we didn't train this whole week, but somehow, they came fully focused. So, I'm glad we won today.
Exodus, on the other hand, took the blow on the chin with satisfaction with their season 2025 performances. Exodus team captain Karo Mahalelai says the sports of basketball is not only about winning, but it goes beyond that.
Showing that basketball is more than about winning, it's also about a healthy lifestyle.
She said they are rebuilding their team with a lot of development players, getting the call up to play in the top, and that is something they are proud of going into the future.
And we've been going through a bit of a rebuilding phase, so you'll see that our team is made up of very experienced players like me and very younger players, mostly our daughters, our children.
Mahalelai also expressed that they were not on their best last night and the better side on the court came out victorious as they bow out for the season 2025.
Tonight we did play a hard game, but I think the other team deserved the win. They were fitter, they were faster, and they played very good basketball.
In the men's division, Ultimax East passed Equalizer with 119 points to 61 to claim the men's title. Charlie Dumavi, Trukai Sports.
The 2025 OTML Premier Soccer League title race is eaten up as Gulf Comara FC and Ley City FC sit level on 18 points at the top of the table.
Gulf Comara leads on goal difference after 9 matches with an impressive 24 goals scored and just 8 conceded. Ley City, with a game in hand, remain firmly, having recorded 5 wins and 3 draws in their 8 matches. Close behind are Hekara United FC on 16 points, while FC Morobe Wawens and Admiralty Islands FC are tied on 14 points, while Palm Strikers FC sits on the 6th placing with 13 points, keeping the mid-table battle intense, and United Islands FC follows with 12 points after 8 matches. At the lower end, Ley City Dwellers FC on 9 points, Kula FC on 6 points and Star Mountains FC on 4 points. They are struggling to find consistency while Blue Kumuls United FC remain winless, earning just 1 point so far. Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Share the love with Gullah Ice Cream, Gullah Cone Ice Creams, Gullah Stick Ice Creams, and Gullah Classic Tub Ice Creams. Happiness begins with the Gullah range of fun flavors which create taste adventures and excitement with every bite. Treat yourself. Share with a friend while chilling. The whole family will enjoy. Everyone has their favorite. Which one is yours? Share the love with Gullah Ice Creams. Gullah, Gullah, yum.
From the mountains to the seas to global markets, the National Fisheries Authority proudly celebrates 50 years of growth. We're advancing tuna domestication, aquaculture, coastal fisheries, and sustainable fisheries management. Through stakeholder consultations, policy reforms, and stronger surveillance, we're protecting PNG's marine wealth and shaping a sustainable future. National Fisheries Authority, sustaining our future, empowering our nation.
Get twice the data with Telecom. Enjoy bonus double data from Thursday to Saturday on selected plans. You get twice the data at the same price. For instance, for 5 kina, you get 6 gigabytes valid for 1 day. And that's more data for you to stream videos and play your online games. Drop into your nearest Telecom store or kiosk to top up and get your double data. Great value and PNG owned sure feels good.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
The all-new GWM Power has the best-in-class pulling power. Book a test drive today and hop into Broco Motors for a spin.
Hi kids, I'm Steffi. Join me on Kids Corner for story time, simple and creative arts and crafts, career corner, nature time, field trips, and not forgetting our cartoons and children entertainment shows. Join me every weekdays from 3:30 to 5:30 for Kids Corner on your number one to watch, MTV.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henau, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching Trukai Sports. In overseas sports, the AFL Collingwood coach Nathan Buckley says he is open to returning to coaching.
Buckley has emerged as a contender to coach Melbourne after Simon Goodwin was sacked last week and former premiership coaches Adam Simpson and John Longmire ruled themselves out.
There's a spot available now, and this is the first time that I've actually wanted to go further down the track to find out what that challenge would be and whether it would fit for where I'm at in my life as well.
That ends Trukai Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henau, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Telecom is giving its customers nationwide a chance to win 100,000 kina worth of cash prizes. Every week, Telecom will be giving away 500 kina to 10 lucky winners. And our major cash prize of 50,000 kina will be shared to 4 lucky winners from PNG's 4 regions. Plus runner-up consolation prizes for 1,000 participants for data bonus prize. Get your entries to go into the draw to win big. Telecom, great value, and PNG owned, sure feels good.
The GWM Tank 500 has a super luxurious interior with 7 family-friendly seats, and it really loves going off-road. Book a test drive today and hop into Broco Motors for a spin.
This Thursday on Sports Scene, we speak with PNG Boxing Union Inc. about the upcoming championships. RSPCA hosts a charity golf tournament, Vipers dominate Maroon Cup, and PNG Barras depart for Jersey. Sports Scene this Thursday at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, MTV.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You may hold him and walk one time. Oh, 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 oh.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
The MoneyPlus weather report for the next 24 hours. In the southern region, Port Moresby, partly cloudy, and Popondetta, cloudy periods with rain showers and possible thunderstorm.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Tuesday, 12th of August 2025. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.